Hey everyone, it's Tim at Broken Dice, and this is a little channel update on my painting for my Successor Kingdoms army. This week's addition to that force is a war elephant. This is a Successor Kingdoms war elephant. It's from Warlord Games, um, mainly plastic. The riders are metal. These are steel, metal pikes. Um, I think this piece here is metal as well. Um, but yeah, let's take a top to bottom view of what I used. The riders are all metal, and the white on their tunics, or not their tunics, but their okay, yeah. Now I'm having a memory, but their body armor is a marrow white from P3, and I realized that as I was going through this model is predominantly P3 paints. Uh, Normally, it's more of a Vallejo sort of mix, more Vallejo stuff, and then there's like a 50-50 mix of between the two colors on a model. But this tended to turn out all P3s. That is Privateer Press, by the way. Well, anyway, then we'll turn him sideways. There we go. And so obviously the plumes and the tunics are all a marrow white from. Let's do it this way. Here we go. That's the one from P3. Whoa, get that white and bright. Okay, that's the white that I've used on the entire elephant. Uh, excuse me. And then the Howdah is I just got this red from P3 not too long ago, and I was wondering about when and where I would use it. And it's this one right here, this amethyst rose, kind of a dark red. I really kind of like this red a lot. I like dark reds. Yeah. And then obviously when you're doing the little big man transfers, you paint that white, and I use the same white as the tunic as that backdrop, so the colors of the transfer show through. Um, the trim, obviously, the same red trim goes on the riders, and the elephant himself is this battlefield brown color. As I was doing my research for the colors I wanted to use for the elephant, obviously it's an Indian elephant, and so they come in black and brown and gray and kind of all sorts of shades in between. So I was trying to find the exact kind of the way I wanted to depict this particular Indian war elephant, and so I came up with that battlefield brown because it's a little bit. It's not a light brown. It's not a black. It falls, and it's not like gray. It's kind of a combination. So I kind of like the way he turned out. The let's see, the armor on the elephant is also a P3, which, God, I've used this on so many models. Even the helmets on the riders are this molten bronze from P3. One of the things I do like about P3 paints is they come out of the pot really thin. So and all you have to do, and if you really want to, you can put some. I've used airbrush thinner, and it gets them really thin, and so you just layer it up that way. Um, just drop it right into the pot with the paint. And then some of the straps are another P3, which is bootstrap uh, leather. And that's this one right here. And then I did the flesh on the riders in a bronze flesh tone from Vallejo. Vallejo made an appearance on this one. It did. And then obviously the metallics is another P3. It's pig iron. It's for my ancients. It's my go-to metallic pig iron. It's got so much paint on the outside it's covered up the name, but it is pig iron. And for the weapon shafts themselves, I like Wildwood from Games Workshop. This is one of their speed paints. And for the wash on the riders is this, because it's so thin, and it gives it a, I don't know, a different sort of tone than just the normal flesh washes. So I've been using that quite a bit to get a different sort of skin tone for the riders of mounts and infantry and stuff like that. I don't want to get carried away doing it, because I tend to do that sometimes, where I'll find something new and I'll overdo it. So this may be the thing that draws me back a little bit from the edge of going way too far. Okay, so yeah, he turned out really well. I mean, pretty easy to put together. Oh, look, right there. I think handling this somehow, I've smooched some of the paint off that. I wonder how I did that. Oh well. Some more shield transfers. And like this one overlaps this shield here, you got to kind of cut that off at an angle so that kind of snuggles right up next to that. Yeah. Yeah. And this pike here, this one right here is probably supposed to be pointed down, I would assume. But I wanted to do something different, so I just stuck it straight up in the air. And of course, if I go to transport this thing, it will be a nightmare. And one thing is, like, I spent a lot of time on this piece here, doing each of these little squares and stuff. And so when you put it on the table, the head is facing down. You can't see them that well. I thought, man, why did I spend so much time on those? Painting each one of those little squares, and you can't even see them. Oh well. Well, that's enough of this model. We've talked it to death. So again, if you like this kind of thing, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, like it, share it, do what you need to do. Help me out a little bit. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I tend to more like people's comments and stuff, and be able to, see what they're doing, go to somebody else's channel and see what they're working on and stuff. But this is a great model, a great week of painting for me. I'm going to be starting now. Next will be an actual pike, a phalangite block of 40 guys. That is going to take a little bit longer of than a week, I think. So we'll visit that progress next week, and we'll just see what I can get done. All right, everybody stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next time.